Better Country 101.7 The Bull, some good stuff from Garth Brooks. It's called What She's Doing Now. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday as we're rolling into our 9 o'clock hour. And that special guest that I teased is here indeed in the flesh. It is Natalie Porter. She is from Community Health Centers of Southeast Iowa. She is the LPN and SHIIP, that is Senior Health Insurance Information Program Counselor. That is quite the title you got there. Natalie, good to have you here with us. How are you doing this morning?
Pretty good.
Good.
I turned 61 today.
You turned 61? Happy birthday to you.
I guess I'm doing pretty good.
That sounds good. Well, you're here to talk to us about a very important issue, a kind of a thing that you have a very close connection to here. March, though, is colorectal cancer. Let me get words correct here. Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah.
And, this is a very, very important thing that people, I think, kind of often overlook. Wouldn't you say that? They kind of overlook things like that?
Yep, and that's kind of why when my dad got sick and died from it, I tried, looking it up, getting support, and I thought, well, nobody's talking about this. What's going on? It's so many people are dying, from it. What's going on?
Right.
I think it's a cancer that people are embarrassed. They're embarrassed to talk about it. They don't want to talk about their.
You don't want to talk about your colon all that
right,
often,
that's right.
do you?
Or their stools, or their bowels and things like that, or rectums, and they just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, you though you want to talk about it. You actually brought us a colon.
Yes, I got a colon right
We've got a camera here in the studio, and we're gonna post this video.
Yeah,
right there to the camera.
She brought the polyps and some tumors in there, and sure, why not?
So we'll have that video up on our Facebook page. You can check that out.
With some problems in here, and you do not want these problems.
Yeah, you don't want your colon to look like that.
No. That is not a good colon.
No, it is not. No. Well, let's get into as we're talking to Natalie Porter from Community Health Systems or Health Centers, in Southeast Iowa.
Yep.
Let's get into your personal aspect of it here because this is obviously something that means a lot to you. You mentioned it about your dad. Yep. Let's kind of hear your story there and why this means so much to you then.
Well, I'm wearing a L.A. Dodger hat because my dad was a big Dodger fan.
Baseball starts tomorrow. Very exciting stuff.
That's right, and he would be excited for that because I remember him listening on the radio, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Old Vin Scully there on the old radio broadcasts.
Definitely. Yeah, yes, definitely. And, he was just turned 50 years old, and he was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And it was pretty tough, and he had a large amount of his colon removed.
Wow.
And left with a colostomy.
Wow.
Yep. And he overcome that, went back to work and everything, ended up having a few years later a bypass surgery, quintuple, survived that, did fine. He was a tough man.
He's a fighter, it sounds like.
He was very tough. He was a manager of a lumberyard in Hamilton, Illinois, and he was very tough. And then all of a sudden, a couple years after the bypass surgery, he had pneumonia and wasn't getting over it.
Wow.
They checked his blood work and he found out it wasn't right, and they did a scan. He had 5 tumors in his liver.
Oh my.
And that was colon cancer.
Caused it.
That was in his liver, yes.
Wow.
Not liver cancer, it was the colon. Yeah.
Huh.
It had returned in the form in his liver.
That's just very sad, and obviously we hate to talk about the stuff like that, but it's very important to people that they go get their screenings. Right. And you were talking about how people sometimes think that issues might just be hemorrhoids.
Right. And that's when he was 50 years old. He'd been on this long trip, and he was uncomfortable driving on this trip to Louisiana with his wife and his sister and brother-in-law. And he had some blood in his stool, and he thought he had hemorrhoids. Just like, a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I've got hemorrhoids, got some, uncomfortable feeling in there. And, well, no, it was a tumor.
Wow. That's so. I mean, that's just something that you would overlook in that situation,
sure.
And you don't want to do that, and that's why March is such an important month to you guys. Highlighting those colorectal cancer awareness month. What can people do to obviously get their screenings there? You guys obviously offer it there at Community Health Centers of Southeast Iowa. How can they get in touch with you guys and maybe schedule their screening so they don't end up in a similar situation?
Well, like I said before, we need to listen to our bodies. Listen to your bodies. If you're having abdominal pain or some abnormal gas or cramping or something that's not going away, Turn around, look at after you have a bowel movement, take a look. If something looks weird, if you've got blood in there, or they're pencil-thin stools, or it's black, call your doctor, call your nurse practitioner. If you've got diarrhea, it's been going on a long time, or you're constipated, if your bowel habits are changed, listen to your body. If something's changed, turn around and look at it, too. Give us a call, 319-768-5858. That's Community Health Centers of Southeastern Iowa. Or call your regular doctor, give them a call and say, hey, something's not right. I don't feel that something's right. Weight loss that's unexplained is another symptom of it, too. So, if you feel like you have a bowel movement and you're like, I just don't feel like I've completely emptied, that's another symptom. You feel like you still have to go, and you think, gosh, I just went. There's just listen to your body.
Listen to your body. It's so important. And that's Natalie Porter from the Community Health Centers of Southeastern Iowa. Anything else you want to add here, Natalie, before we let you go? Obviously, you're sporting the blue. You brought in a little pin for us here, the blue pins. So you are definitely decked out trying to send that message. And that is a very important message. Listen to your body. If something's not right, it's probably because something isn't right.
That's right. And screening is not that big of a deal either. It's, easy anymore, and you go ahead and get screened at least by 45. If you have family history, you need to be screened
as often as possible.
45. Yep.
Well, she's Natalie Porter from Community Health Systems, or Health Centers, again, of Southeastern Iowa. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your story, and very important message as well. And obviously, thoughts and prayers with you on that loss of your dad. But you're living proof that you need to go out there and keep an eye on stuff like that. Thank you so much for joining us here as we get right back into things here. How about some Joe Nichols? Good day for living. It's Better Country on 101.7 The Bull.